What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Probably wondering why the Integra's off the ground, and if you aren't, well, too bad, I'm gonna tell you anyway. The axle kind of took a dump on me. Not the axle itself, the joints and everything were fine, but the clamp came off the boot and it started flinging grease absolutely everywhere. So I had to take it to work, get it re-greased, get a new boot and everything put on it. So the axle is fine now, it's sitting over there. I just gotta finish putting it in because I was kind of in a hurry because we were supposed to go racing today. So today is, I don't know, Friday, whatever. But anyway, yeah, we were supposed to go racing down at Musselman here in Tucson again, the same place we went last time. And yeah, all I had to do was change out that axle and car would have been good to go. But looks like the guy doesn't feel like making any money right now because we were going to be doing an evening session, or evening tonight, so we would have got there at like 4 or 5 p.m. and raced until 9 or 10. And that track does a lot of night sessions, but apparently he changed his mind on wanting to do one tonight. So instead of racing today, I'm gonna just go ahead and slap this axle in. I got Abel with the K-Swap CRX coming by. We're gonna throw some PCI side skirts on there, and then I suppose I'm gonna start working on trying to finish boosting this thing because I got my intercooler in the mail and I already installed it. So check it out really quick. So I know it's offset, and I did that on purpose to allow more airflow. So OCD bothers me? You betcha. Functionality? You betcha. So we're gonna work with it. But yeah, so I just gotta finish slapping the axle back in here. As you may be able to see, full of crap. So that's why I'm gonna sit here, get this axle in, and then roll the car back, jack the front of it up, and power wash this all out. I also installed some of the rev limiter gauges for the Miata, and I honestly could not be any happier. This is like the coolest thing ever. So I went with the rev limiter Fallen set, which is basically, as you can see just now, a bunch of cherry blossoms and stars twinkling and a moon phase and some Japanese lamps. And I honestly gotta say, the install was pretty easy, pretty straightforward. He has really good instructions. Greg Peters has a really good video on his YouTube channel, but honestly the packaging is what got me. Like, for being just one dude, his name is Adam, out of his garage presumably, his packaging is so nice, so neat. Comes with everything you need to do the install minus a Phillips head screwdriver. Little plastic clips, gives you little grommets for the screw so you don't crack it. Stickers, new needle stoppers, instructional little pamphlet thingies that each gauge comes in. It's just like 11 out of 10 quality. Like, that dude really goes above and beyond. So I just want to throw that out there. If you want some sick gauges for your Miata, go hit up Adam at Rev Limiter, revlimiter.net, or on his Instagram here on the screen. This isn't even sponsored. Like, I just genuinely think that is a fantastic product, and packaging and everything else. The dude is just all around good at what he does. Integra is back together. It's all good now. Just gotta wash that part of the transmission off. So, did we do a good job? Did we do a good job? Come here. Give me the paw. Give me the paw. Yeah. Yeah, good job. So you guys should remember this from the Dyno, I don't know, probably a month or so already. He just went and got AC and everything made for this thing. Super nice fit too. But today, he's getting his PCI side skirts on here. And yeah, I'm gonna try and get that done. Oh yeah, the Dyno sheet, yeah. Watch, everybody's gonna be like, 206, my freaking B20 made 275 on pump gas 87.
In third gear.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing is, like, I can testify, this thing absolutely smashes. Like, it does not feel like 207 horsepower. Probably because the car weighs like 207 pounds, yeah, but nothing. Yeah, it's ignorant. It would poop on my Integra in a straight line like no tomorrow.
Just need to get it better for the twisties now.
Yeah, I know. Oh, and he's got LSD in here, so I mean, he's just winning in every aspect. He's got the super sticky cheater tires, RE71Rs like I got on there. He's got LSD, K24, like, there ain't nothing this car doesn't have at this point other than a hood. Like,
yeah, it just needs a hood. basically it.
Yeah. For those of you that might comment to hit up Robert at Hush Performance, he actually already did, and Hush's hoods don't actually fit.
Yeah.
Even the trimmed hood, his trimmed molding one, still hits because he's got the RBC.
Just on a K24.
Yeah. So
K24 RBC and a CRX, it won't fit.
yeah, which is a huge bummer. So yeah, there's even a little bit of a scuff mark there from it, I'm sure. So get these, get this thing jacked up. We can get these side skirts out. I've never actually seen PCI side skirts in person. You're the only person I know that's going to be running them. So
yeah, dude, I'm kind of low-key geeked. I'll show you another CRX that I've seen, and it's the only other one that kind of has the same setup, same color car too. So
yeah.
T37s as well. So we'll basically get an idea of what it's gonna look like.
Yeah, it'll look sick for sure. I mean, yeah, it'll match the rest of the car because the front looks super low with the splitter.
I know.
So
it looks very aggressive up front.
yeah. Got the side skirts installed, except what should have been like a 10-minute install because it took longer because I kind of goofed and I took the factory side skirt off because I thought you had to. I thought it was like the EGs and stuff, but you didn't. So I spent 20 minutes or so freaking messing with that. But they don't send you the right type of screws. I mean, they send you some, I don't know, 1/2 inch long sheet metal screws, and they tell you to drill a 1/8 inch hole, which I did, and that really didn't bite, and they just kind of kept popping out. But then the furthest back hole would bite, but then these two front ones just weren't long enough on each little bracket, but then the brackets are underbent, so it kind of sucked the skirt in a little bit no matter how I did it. So I had to bend it out a little bit, but other than that, they fit just fine. It's just, maybe this was just one of those rough end of the day Friday batches, but they're on there. Look pretty good though. Matches the splitter. Looks sick. So working on the Miata now. Had to get some lunch, so we're all situated. Pretty much what I'm going to be doing though is I just got to drill a hole saw hole right about here to feed to the intercooler for the hot side. Since I already got my hole up here for the pipe to come out, then I just got to finish making a joint to connect the two pieces I have. Oh, and my lug nut decided to just eat my threads for some reason, so shout out DJ for the bad luck on that. But yeah, so hole saw that side, and then which up, I'm gonna have to hole saw this side and then remake this section of pipe here, so that's not gonna be fun, but hopefully I can make something work. But yeah, I'm gonna finagle this for a while and I'll catch up with you guys. Alright, so I ran into some issues, not a huge issue, but so I had to take the fender off. I ended up just taking the bumper off because I was tired of trying to work in a tight space. So this section is already made. Might have to just shorten it a little bit, but that's fine. So I got my hole drilled here. I just need to go buy my coupler, my 2 to 2.5 inch. I got the hole drilled on the other side, and now I'm just trying to figure this out. So this might work, it might not. I'm not sure. I'll have to put the wheel on and turn the wheel around, see if it gets too close to it or not. But one thing I need to do anyway is I need to fix in here. So I think what I'm going to end up actually doing is returning my portable bandsaw that I bought at Harbor Freight. I'm going to go pick up a horizontal one because they finally got them in stock. So I can return this, use it as store credit, which is nice because I'm finally going to have the one thing that I've been needing forever to be able to make all my pie cuts instead of having to do it at work or borrow a friend's machine. I'm going to go pick it up real quick. Just got back from running some errands, and let me tell you, I'm pretty hyped. I just finished the hot side. So although not the most perfect angle here, the coupler kind of fakes it. So I just need to put some clamps here, put a clamp there. But yeah, so I got my 2 to 2.5 inch coupler here. Kind of see it. And I decided to just go ahead and slap the turbo on so I could really get this all mocked up. So the hot side is done, just need to add some clamps. Just kind of mocking this up for, you know, demonstration purposes here. And then I actually picked up a few other things while I was out too. I got another 3/8 MPT bung to weld onto my pipe because I didn't want to have to recut it because it's in the middle of a bend. So even with my new saw, I just didn't want to deal with it. So I got this for $5, and then got some 6AN hose clamp ends for my water lines right here, so that way I can put them on the end there. And then that is done. So now I just need to finish working on getting the cold side fabbed up. So I'm still not happy with this whole coupler here in the middle. Obviously, the more couplers, the more potential for boost leak. And also, I feel like I can get that a tighter tighter turns. I'm gonna go ahead, go set up and unbox my new bandsaw and try and get this situation sorted. Okay, well, it looks like it's not entirely set up. Got the bandsaw set up. Thankfully the top piece was already assembled. I just had to put the pulleys and the belts on the motor. And the bottom part's really flimsy, but you know, I'm not gonna be moving it out of my shop here, so it'll be okay. I'm gonna suppose fire it up and give this thing a shot. It works. Good clean cut. Bit of an issue here. I don't have the right snap ring pliers to get my blow-off valve on. I use pliers that I have at work, and none of mine here are working for me. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm gonna have to pretty much cut off this section. This section, like I said, I have a new bone for. I was trying to just reuse this whole section, but I can't bring this off because I was gonna use it like this, just right off the throttle body. That ain't gonna work. So I'm trying to cut and just use this section here with the blow-off valve and the flange, because that's all I can really use. Now, it's not going to kill me to use this. I can at least try and get it all taken apart, unless my neighbor shows up. If my neighbor shows up, he has the right snap ring pliers for these, but yeah, I don't. So I'm going to try and just trim this around where I need it. This saw is so nice. It cuts through this like absolute butter super quick, and I'm so happy with it. So this is what I was able to cut off without taking the blow-off valve off. Right here was kind of a mess up, so I'm going to just have to patch that. I might grind it flush, I don't know. And then I just cut this section off for the bead roll, and then this will come right off the 90-degree coupler off the throttle body. So I'll just go ahead and clean these parts up, get them welded up and attached. I don't have to weld it really slow, so that way I don't totally cook the O-ring in here, because my neighbor's not home, so I cannot get this thing off. Just got the first section tacked up, so I'm gonna just keep working on this and try and get this cold side done.
I think about us calling. I think about us, I think about us falling through the dark night and through time towards the light when you'll be mine. I think about us, I know the dawn is for us. I dream about us, I dream about the stardust. I dream about us, I dream of how it started and how it's all connected to everything we'll ever do. I think about what the future's holding for us. I think about the gravity and how you are pulling me.
This is what I've come up with so far. The only straight section I had left was this friggin' black powder coated stuff. And let me tell you how much this sucks to prep and clean up, because it is thick. You can't just wire wheel it away. You gotta actually like flap disc it away, then wire wheel, then Scotch Brite, and then acetone or brake clean or whatever. So this should be good to go right off the intercooler to right outside here. And then I just have to extend this end right there a little bit to meet the coupler, and then all I have to do after that is attach my intake air temp bung, and then it's all done. Alright, so here's the actual finished piece. I mean, obviously not finished, but
it'll do. I'm just gonna test fit it really quick just to make double sure because this end piece is just tacked. And if this works, and all I have to do is probably drill a bung right around here, or weld my bung right around here for my intake air temp sensor. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the hot side. Looks like that one's the winner. So I can just add my little bung here for my idle air control valve. I'll just weld it somewhere down here in line. That's super easy. But yep, there we go. Got it coming through there. And right up tight against there, so we don't have to worry about the wheel hitting it. Much bigger, twice the distance that it was before, so that's good. I don't have to worry about the tire moving at all, so that's pretty solid. Now I can just weld this all up and call it a night, really. So I got this piece finished up. Still pretty hot. Yeah, this is all done. So I can't weld up the piece that goes right here till I can take the snap ring pliers and get the blow-off valve off. So in the meantime, I'm going to be working on finishing the water lines. These are already cut to length, so I pretty much just have to put my new fittings on the ends here so I can attach them to the water neck thingy that is on the front of the engine block. So yeah, that's pretty simple. Like I said, the trick that I found last time was put the hose oh wait, no, this just slides over, duh, because it's just a clamp, so that'll be even easier. I have this sheet of stainless steel here because I am going to make a plate to help protect my hoses. I did order some thermal heat sleeve so I could wrap the hose, but I definitely want to be way better, or way more safe than sorry, so I'm going to put the top part of the downpipe on and pretty much just try and form it to go just, you know, around all this. Oil line's pretty much where it's going to be. It's not bolted in, obviously, because that means I have to change the fitting on the block, which means I'll lose some oil, and I'm not ready to start this thing yet. And as for the drain line, I have to go during the week and buy a fitting because I gave all my 45°-10s away. I was really hoping to be able to start this thing up this weekend, but I mean, I don't really want to start it unless I can actually go ahead and drive it, because at the moment it is my daily, because it is or it does have working AC. So I think next weekend for sure. So this weekend I'm going to try and make sure everything is ready, so that way when I have the rest of my parts next weekend, my thermal wrap for everything, I can just literally start it up, disconnect the boost line, so that way I'm not building boost, and then just drive it to the dyno from there, which is going to probably most likely be later that week. So I'll at least have the turbo and everything up and running, and then I'll just have the charge pipe disconnected, so I'm not putting boost into the intake or whatever like I did with the Del Sol for a few days before I was able to get to the dyno, and it'll be good. But yeah, the only thing stressing me out is the ECU. But let's just finish making these really quick. There we go. Good to go. So this is the side that comes off like towards the frame rail, and yeah, that was not too bad, but since I learned my lesson last time. Got a little bit of a heat shield made here. It's kind of ugly, but if it works, it works. So I can't even do it right here because the hose is just in the way. So I'm really gonna have to rely on heat wrap and or ceramic coat the top section of the downpipe, and then my thermal wrap on the hose, and hope that that is sufficient enough. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't be, but better safe than sorry. So I'm going to just add one more section of heat shielding right here to just kind of cross over in front of this, and then that'll pretty much be it. I'll probably go ahead and throw some reflective tape on the inside of it to help keep it, you know, the heat from radiating against it. But other than that, it's pretty simple. Just kind of cut some stuff, bent it by hand a little bit, drilled a hole so I could bolt it up to the little bracket right here, and what do you know, got ourselves a heat shield. Yeah, I think that's just about it. I do have to buy some 3-inch intake tube, just a couple inches of it, so that way I can put my filter here, so I can put this line to the intake before the compressor, so that way I don't get overpressurization or sucking in vacuum through there or anything stupid like that. So I'm just putting this stuff back together now. I had to resolder or recrimp my O2 sensor because it was throwing a code, and I pulled it out, and it just fell apart. So I had to go to Harbor Freight, ran into a subscriber by the name of Matt while I was there. So good talking to you. Sorry if I seemed like I was kind of rushing. I was just like one track mind when I was there. But I did pick up some snap ring pliers, the new Icon line. They had like the whole case of them for like 50 bucks. So I bought those, so now I can actually take apart my blow-off valve by myself. So at least I hope I can. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish welding that up. But yeah, this is just another weekend pretty much in the books. Everything is ready now, just gotta wait for the last of my things to come in. My gasket, like my downpipe flange gasket, my thermal wrap, and then yeah, I just gotta wait till it's all hooked up till I can plug in the ECU, so that way my intake air temp is all done. And yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it. I do hope you guys have enjoyed this video or even this series, even just a little bit. If you have, be sure to slap that like button below. If you're new to the channel, hopefully you've considered subscribing. We got more stuff going on, especially because once this turbo stuff is done, as long as the motor doesn't blow up, my oil line doesn't melt and start a fire, then I have a lot of suspension stuff to do. I have bushings, ball joints, tie rods, sway bar end links, sway bars, blah, 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 blah. I've got more interior stuff to do. Anyways, guys, the list goes on. Plus, I got hopefully some Integra stuff coming up in the next, hopefully a month or two. We'll see. Probably by the end of summer. But anyways, guys, do your life for good. I'll see you in the next one. Go buy a sticker at my big cartel, and peace out.